Okay, everybody, let's go. Division 1 Plus. Once again, we have the Screaming Dawn going up against the Corridor Comrades. Now, from the get-go, I have to immediately admit that Screaming Dawn wrote out their name in Polish, and it's like something like Kryczli Bliczli Prach. And I am not going to try to pronounce that. Like, that's not through the entire game. Maybe I'm going to give it a serious attempt at some point, but that's not going to be a thing. We are on the newest patch right now, and on the left side, the blue team, we have Mimikyu on Stitches, Ruchu is playing Rexa, Cesarbos on Lunara, Arion on Greymane, and Rutek on Malfurion. Map number 1 of the best of 3 series, and over to the right side, we got the Corridor Comrades with Evan on Varian, we got Meneldo on Urel, Nano on Liming, Vexu on Lucio, and Alfredo on Sylvanas. Alfredo is back, everybody. Alfredo and Al Dente. I have no idea why, but every single time I see that nickname, I just have to laugh. It's amazing. It's probably even his real name, and I don't want to make fun of the person, but it's hilarious having a Sylvanas running around named Alfredo. So, yeah, that should be pretty good. This is, by the way, all happening with the latest patch, so there's already been a few changes that have been made to the game, in case that you're not quite aware of it. And yeah, Blizzard came in and changed things up a little bit in the recent patch, so they were just pretty much saying, yeah, well, we needed to adjust a few things. Stitches, for example, had a lot of regeneration, had a lot of HP, and they just said, well, we want to tune back on that a bit. They adjusted some of his stuff. His level 1, that's honestly one of the adjustments where I'm really going a sad panda. I was always fanboying Hungry for More quite a bit with all the extra hit points that you can get. And it's still possible, but they reduced the extra HP from 30 points per globe down to 25. It's nothing crazy, but still, it's going to make it harder. Oh, beautiful hook. And where's the Moonfire? Nah, Alfredo gets away. And it's going to make it a bit harder for Stitches to end up with this insane hit point pool, but obviously it's still kind of tempting to pick the talent when you're playing on, let's say, Tomb of the Spider Queen or something. Now, there's a couple of heroes where they went maybe a little bit overboard. They changed a lot of stuff on Stukov and also brought in a lot of bugs that resulted in them disabling the hero until they can fix the bugs. So yeah, that thing was definitely not play-tested. But a lot of other changes made it through, and we're going to see that come into fruition for a lot of the champs here. I mean, we're going to talk about the heroes and the patch a little bit more also over the next couple of days and weeks. Keep in mind that this game, for example, was played on the same day that the patch hit. So I can pretty much guarantee you that all the players that are playing in this game were not really able to do a whole lot in regards to research, reading through the patch notes and maybe jumping onto the test mode for just a second is probably all that they really could do. But we'll see what exactly they can do with all of that. For now, we got the Tenderizer still on level 4. Nothing really changed there too much. Well, the build didn't really change. Tenderizer is still the main talent. But what did change a little bit is the healing reduction. So they reduced it from 2% down to 1.75. Well, sorry, not healing reduction, the healing got reduced. There we go. Phrased that a little bit awkwardly. But yeah, we got the taunt in on level 4, and that's obviously when you want to go in with the Corridor Comrades and still go for it. And yep, there we go. Riding the Bengal Tiger. Oh yeah. That's a good mount too, by the way. We're oftentimes talking about the money pick, and of course it's still glorious, but that is a good one as well, I gotta admit. Urel got dropped at the top. Okay, that's a little bit unexpected. Our Space Goat shouldn't really have fallen for this one. Seems like Stitches is trying to interrupt them a bit down here at the Immortal, but the blue team is still burning that down like there's no tomorrow, or the red team, and is able to win the halftime show. So yeah, good for them. Nicely done and well played. When it comes to Rexa, we don't have any stacking on level 4. Again, not quite the best map for it. Instead, we're seeing the Grizzled Fortitude that they're currently using. And with that, it seems like the red team is trying to make the play for the first objective here. Doing well thus far. Off we go, as they're going for Stitches. And this has to be a kill, and it is a kill. First blood is in. And Erwin, no! Did he just heal him? Do something. There we go. Varian nearly died to the Immortal. I love the no fucks given approach of him. He's like literally standing in the Immortal radius, and he's just saying like, well, if I die, I die. I don't care. So yeah, he just went for it. And they took it, so now it's a kill for a kill, but the first Immortal is in the hands of the Corridor Comrades. It's a small shield, but it's there. And they also have, of course, good old Sylvanas that can disable a couple of the towers. Alfredo is still paying attention here. And yeah, we get the NA version, or the Choking Pollenine on level 7 for Lul Nara. Also, Serrated Edge has been chosen by Stitches. Another talent, by the way, that got changed. Oh, and as we're talking about this, not only does Sylvanas go down, but also Evan is in trouble, and he does too. That's a double kill for the blue team. Pretty neat. They had a 5 versus 4 going on at the top lane since Rexa rotated in, so Menildor is all the way down at the bottom of the map and can wreak havoc by his lonesome. But that was a very nice defense for the blue team, not only saving their top fort, but also getting some counter damage in, dropping the wall here, and on top of that, well, getting the 2 kills obviously that allow them to pressure this lane even further. Now, as I said, the Serrated Edge on level 7 taken by Stitches here. The cooldown reduction was reduced a bit on the hook, so now it's down to 4 seconds. Formerly it was at 5. Something to also point out here. By the way, just in case that some people still don't really know what this is, we had a couple of games on the channel already, but if you're unfamiliar with Heroes Lounge, it's the European Amateur League, and it has in total, I think by now, 8 different divisions, and Division 1 Plus was just established this season and includes the top teams that we have in the European Amateur League. And includes also players that play for top teams in CCL, in the Masters Clash, in official tournaments. But here in the amateur scene, they're allowed to just create some mixed teams. So you will see a lot of people play with just different teammates this time. It makes it interesting for a lot of the guys, like Hazops, for example, X-Ray, and all the others. Dino, because they can play with a couple of friends and don't stick it out with their normal team. So it mixes things up for sure. But as it stands, up here at the top, we already have the attack against Evan, and Varian, what are you doing, boy? He's down again. Varian today, I don't know, he seems to go for a group taunt more. Normally he comes in and goes for one single target, goes up to Stitches and they're like, dude, you are just way too heavy. And Stitches just gets angry, or he goes to Malfurion and says like, well, you're just... I have no idea what he says to Malfurion. Well, that his brother is cooler and that he never deserved Tyrande or something like that, then Malfurion goes ham. But apparently today, Varian has switched his MO a little bit and is just insulting everybody. Just walks into the 5-man and says, you guys are all assholes. And everybody gangs up on him. So he needs to choose his battles a little bit better. Good old Evan over here is making everybody mad. And then he gets pounced on and dies immediately. Now, the Immortal is taken, and this time it's the blue team that locks it in. They also got level 10. Now, with them not only winning the Immortal here, but also having a pretty significant advantage in skills, they're starting to establish a bit of a lead in experience. Now, it is not quite something yet to write home about, but if they now do enough damage with Immortal number 2 in this game, they might just be able to set themselves apart a bit. We got Gorge on Stitches as the level 10 ability. On the other hand, the Warbringer on Varian, the high 5, and it's time for Yrel to make an appearance too, jumping onto the backline right away, gets rooted into the ground though, and Malfurion doesn't wait. The arrow of Sylvanas is a little bit too late, no silence on him, so he heals everybody up. The hook nearly hitting, but level 13 isn't there yet for Stitches, so he doesn't have the extended hook range, misses it just barely. Top lane gets pressured in the meantime by Richu, and that is a fort destroyed. So two-pronged attack by the blue team, who loses Greymane down at the bottom of the map. The big bad wolf obviously doing a whole lot of work against the Immortal throughout the game, and so does Lul Nara, by the way. The two of them, of course, fantastic against this. Yeah, there's the Gorge, but nice move by Li Ming. Well played. I mean, the idea was there, don't get me wrong. Try to go for the Gorge, carry him into a fort range, but now the red team is full on momentum mode. I mean, damn, they are coming in swinging big time. 4 kills against 3 right now, and oh boy, are they starting to claim momentum here. It's actually a bit of a weird turnaround for the Polish team here, because Screaming Dawn was ahead. They took the fort down at the top lane, they had the fort destroyed at the bottom of the map, and then on the way back to their own half of the map, they just get caught and they lose multiple heroes. And that's just the perfect opportunity for the Corridor Comrades to get a bit of momentum that they use right away with Sylvanas to take a fort down too and close the gap a little bit. And you can already... Oh, beautiful hook up the top. Yrel should be fine, I suppose, but damn. And everybody else is now collapsing on maybe Greymane. They want the fight. It's a 5 versus 5. No level 13 talents. And Malfurion gets murdered. That isolates Stitches. And he's likely to fall to 500 HP. The jump, the slow. And there it is. Stitches is dead. And the Comrades are taking a small lead. Not only in kills, but also in experience. Good for them. Nicely done. Bottom of the map. They're still shocking around here. With 2 heroes dead on the other side. It's actually interesting that the blue team decides to go for the camp. But, of course, they're going to lose some ground on the objective. That's just undeniable. With level 13 on the side, they are going straight up for the shield. Halftime show for free. Can't argue with that. Blue team is determined to get the experience at the bot lane so that they have level 13 and can fight back properly on eye level. But it is still a bit of a lead here. Yeah, they were apparently attempted to go for the camp, but that's wasting quite a bit of time. Now I can understand the impulse, but given that they're already on 50%, should probably try to fight this one out. Stitches by now also with his the baseline completed. Again, baseline completes automatically once that you reach level 13. We got the meat hook in, and now the opportunity for him to come straight in here. Meat hook was also changed a bit in the recent patch. So duration got increased from 4 to 5 seconds, and the healing per second got reduced from 5 to 4. So small adjustments. Again, as I said previously, it was one of the heroes where Blizzard just said, well, the idea that we had with him seems to vibe quite a bit with the players. He sees a lot more playtime, he's just stronger, but maybe we overdid it a bit, so we're just tweaking the numbers slightly. Which is, by the way, an approach that I really like. I mean, lately I've been shitting a lot on Blizzard's patch policy, and I think it's incredibly justified because they just... yeah, I mean, they shit the bed multiple times recently. But making small adjustments in setups like this, I think this is really the way to go. So that's something that they should do that a lot more. Heroes that are not seeing a lot of play, just make small adjustments to heroes that see a lot of play, and don't try to just change them completely every single time. Just, yeah, use your levers a little bit to try and balance it more and see where that gets you before you make any massive changes. But either way, another approach to go for a kill. They can't get it. Root on the ground. They want it against Sylvanas, but they can't lock it in. Nice save from Lucio. Alfredo. He's live again. He always gets out. Sylvanas escaped so many times. She died once. One time at the top where she was caught. But the Immortal is massive. The hook against Varian again. Varian is just dying in this game. I mean, time and time again. That's the 3rd time. Him and Stitches, the 2 frontliners, are really suffering. Basically the punching bag for the opponent's team. And talking about the team, Red team can't do anything. They're sitting there as like, yeah, we got the Immortal top, but they got a difficult lineup. We can't fight against this because they got the hook, they got the stuns, they got the slows. If we try to fight the top lane, we're gonna get crushed. So instead the fort falls, but the Immortal itself doesn't really do a whole lot. Obviously in the meantime there was nothing else that the red team could have done either. There's no camps up. So now they lock at least one of them in. But they still gotta be a bit careful of how they're gonna play this one out. And yeah, they need to keep their boy alive. Varian up at the front. Needs to be a little bit more careful here. Maybe not that careful. Evan is hiding a little bit too much at this point. So yeah. I mean, level 13, we got the Abolish Magic now in. We got also the Illusionist as usual when you're going for your level 7 on the... I mean, pretty much every single game that you play should go for Illusionist. There are very rare instances where that talent doesn't make a lot of sense for you. But if you go for Calamity, which every good Li Ming player will always choose, then yeah. By the way, I can't wait for Blizzard to come in and say like they're going to make Calamity baseline at level 7 because it's just a mandatory pick. I mean, any Li Ming that it's worth its salt will always take Calamity. Like these orb builds that are floating around in quick match are just a meme at the end of the day. But if you're looking at any competitive setup, it's always Calamity, so it's pretty much baseline for the higher level. And at some point, if the recent trend continues, Blizzard is just going to make it baseline at level 7 or something. To allow a little bit more talent diversity or whatever they want to call it. So we'll see if that ever comes through. But now we got the digestive juices in, we got the 16, the Will of the Forsaken has kicked in, keeping Li Ming Eve and Sylvanas even a bit safer. So when that hook keeps coming, then you know what to go for. But, well, here we go. 16 versus 16, and it's time to shine on the next Immortal. And the damage output, pretty decent from Lunara. Again, that's what you kind of expect from her. Li Ming, on the other hand, had some nice fights. He's sitting at 41,000 right here. And, well, let's see. Oh! Ha-ha! Illusionist, baby! There we go. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really, really nice setup there. Okay, so top side gets pressured as well. Khaldor is pushing this out. And down at the bottom of the map, we got Alfredo making his place. That's where the wave clear comes in. That's always kind of neat. Now, they give up the position on the Immortal a bit, which is, of course, always a bit unfortunate. But let's go. Here comes the jump, and yes, the Lunara kill. The end of the lulz as Lunara goes down. Meh. That's not quite on. What sound does a deer make? She's not quite a goat. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So she's dead. 6 kills to 5. Freebie on the Immortal, at least for the halftime show. And here we go. That's the more opportunity. But with the 16, we also get the Executioner, by the way. Urel is at the bottom of the map, so the Space Go doing her thing. And up here towards the top, there's the play for the Immortal. Once again, lock this one in, take it down. They should get it for sure. No problems. And now finally, I mean, it would be nice if they could at least this time fight with 5 versus 5 and not lose Varian right at the beginning. Instead, they're going for the flank now. They want to go for Malfurion. Beautiful setup. Oh my god, that's going to be a slaughter. If they get the kills here, this is going to be a nightmare. That keep is going to be down for sure. 1 down, 2 down, easy kills. The attempt to get Li Ming, Sylvanas, she should be able to get away here. But he didn't have the wave. He used it before, wasn't cooldown apparently. So now they're falling back for now. That was a great catch, though, on Malfurion and also on Rexa, and that's the big opportunity at the bottom of the map. Yeah, nicely done. That should be key. With 21 seconds and 20 seconds on Malfurion, I mean, damn son, if that isn't keep, then I don't know what is. Sylvanas isn't here, that's definitely true, that makes it a little bit more awkward. But they shouldn't have any troubles here whatsoever. There's no sustain on the other side. Just a little bit of damage on the keep, and the Immortal is going to do the rest. And if you can, of course, get a fight and get a good taunt out, then yep, there it is. And, well, there we go. That's the keep eliminated. So the advantage clearly in the hands of the Corridor Comrades at this point in this best of 3. I mean, first of all, they have elite in experience by entire levels, so likely going to hit level 20 around the next Immortal, which might result in them getting another one for free. And once you take that top keep down, then your opponent is going to be in real trouble. So that's going to be a big problem. I mean, either way, for the blue team, they need to find a battle here. They need to go for a fight. A good hook from Stitches could solve their problems, though. If you get a good hook here and get a kill afterwards. I mean, they got the lineup. You hook into Malfurion's roots and you're good to go. Bullet from Greymane, a little bit of damage, and maybe a stun from Rexa and Lunara. And that's a kill right there. But they need to land that hook first. And so far, it doesn't really look like they can. You need to wait a little bit. And that level 20 is a concern. A big one at that. Because if Sylvanas goes for Bolt of the Storm, her survivability is going to be increased. And that's not only true for her. A lot of those heroes are going to have a huge survivability rate. And if they can escape the hook combo, you're not quite looking at a one-trick pony composition. It's not quite what I want to say. But it's one of the big ways how you can turn the fight very early on. And if that is lacking, then you obviously have some more trouble. So we'll see how this is going to go for them. But the lead is definitely in the hands of the Corridor Comrades. There's no doubt about that now. Damage output, as I mentioned already earlier, the same MO has continued. We are seeing 54,000 for Li Ming, so that's still there. And yep, camps are taken at the same time. A little bit of relief at the bottom of the map for the blue team. Catapults are, of course, starting to become a concern out there at 18 minutes into the game. But I gotta say, they might get level 20. That's 10 seconds. Maybe you have to give up the halftime show, but either way, that's not too bad. Could have been worse. With the level 20 talents now in, we got the Repulsion kicking through. Mix and Fire. The Bolt of the Storm is in as well. Oh, careful! Not like this! No! No! Stitches! Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Can they get Lucio? I don't think so. Question is more so, can they get Cesar Boss here? And no, he's fine. But yeah, that kill hurt them a lot. So Stitches is down, 45 seconds. That's an immortal. And that's a big immortal at that. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not looking good. Same time, we have the top lane pressured out at least. But yep, that is the halftime show. Someone can move down and take the minions apart, but even the catapults eventually would do that job. Urel is already on it though. And now they have to push their way over to the blue team's immortal and take that down. And if they pull that off, that top lane keep is pretty much gone. So 19 minutes in, that immortal is starting to really hurt. Could end the game even. They are going to look at 100% shield here. Oh, no, 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 no. No, not like this. No, come on, Lunara. Stitches is back in 5 seconds and Lunara dies. Oh, that just hurts. These staggered deaths, that's a sure way to lose a game, and it seems like that's exactly what's happening here. I think this is... Oh my god, great repulsion. Well done. Good hook on the other hand, but they can still save him. At least they should be able to. Hungry, hungry Stitches! But it's not enough. Instead, he's in real trouble now. It's a 5 versus 3. They're going through the bottom of the map, and they're gonna take Stitches down too. That's only 2 survivors on the blue team side. Rexa and Malfurion. And with that, we are seeing them go for the core directly. They don't even have to bother with the keep at the top side anymore. The Immortal will take it down eventually anyways. But they can go straight away for the victory in game number 1. Job well done by the Corridor Comrades, everybody. Nicely done. Yeah, first win for them in this best of 3 series at Division 1 Plus of Heroes Lounge. Well played as we're heading over into game number 2 of the best of 3 series. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, the Corridor Comrades are in the lead and Screaming Dawn, the Polish team, is down 1 map. Now don't be confused, they switched sides, so the overlay is actually correct. Corridor Comrades this time on the left. Well, let's get this party started though. We got Avin on Garrosh, Meneldo is playing Dehaka in the game. We got Nano on Chromie, Vexu on Uther, and Alfredo on Zeratul. Coming in with the Shadow Hunter on level 1. On the other side of the map, it's Cesarbos on Ana, Arion on Sylvanas, Mimikyu on Varian, Rutek on Karazim, and Richu is playing Sonya on the side lane. So, all good in the hood. Let's go. Now, in terms of level 1 talents, maybe worthy to point out, enhanced agility once again. That's what we're having here, and the Time Walker has pursued. Chromie back in the game. And, well, with the Chromester making an appearance, we'll see if the nuking is going to help them here to lock in the 2-0 victory in the best of 3. Or if the Screaming Dawn is bringing it back on the map here. Well, first of all, Richu gets licked up at the top, and the spin to win keeps him alive. Sonya doesn't care, but that is a nice turn. All of a sudden, it's Meneldo who's in trouble, and they're committing with the entire 4-man. The blue team is also rotating some heroes slowly over, especially Uther, who's trying to keep them alive. But that was a nice attempt at a kill from both teams at this point. Good job, well done. Yeah, Varian at the bottom of the map, so we still see him played here. This time it's Mimikyu. Spray Spray game on point. I like it. Good stuff, good stuff. Awesome job. Yeah, we get the stacks coming together for Zeratul as well. But I kind of like it. Spray game right there. Garrosh, first of all, with the cheeky one, and then Mimikyu came in and was like, well, I can do that too, just give me a moment. Alfredo in a bit of trouble, and also pretty happy that good old Stukov, Varian doesn't have his taunt yet. That could have gone sideways pretty quickly. Already the flip. And yeah, can they maybe turn it against Garrosh here? Nah, not quite yet. Karazim is going ham here. Full on the Wolverine skin. Obviously, standard level 1 talent, the Iron Fists. A lot of people are still a bit confused by this. This is indeed the standard level 1 on the top level of play, and has been for years, I might add. So all this inside garbage and whatever, don't believe too much in it. Oh, poor Pumpkin. Gets thrown over because Abin wants it to empower it so that it can rush into the towers, and then Sylvanas is there and shuts it down right away. Kind of feels bad a little bit. Poor Pumpkin. Wanted to make a play and then was just shut down right away. Okay, so we got the level 4 abilities in. That gives us, of course, the taunt. Varian has been practicing in front of a mirror the entire week. And has just been saying, like, alright, there we go. Come straight in for Uther. And they nearly take him down. Oh my god, that sleep dart by Sesabos nearly dropped the guy. Well done here. Okay, that was a really nice move. I was actually a little bit sad that they didn't kill him. Honestly, with the taunt coming in, the flank, and then the follow-up from Ana, that deserved the kill. But they couldn't get it, so now we have 0 kills in this game at the 3-minute mark. Top side, still a bit of an interrupt attempt as the teams are both trying to channel the top left and top right. And it's gonna be the traditional exchange between the 2 bell towers. Sorry, the 2 altars. Down at the bottom of the map, on the other hand, that's where the real battle is starting up. So here we go. Oh, there comes the drag. He's on point today, Menaldor. Damn, son. And the follow-up kill. Ana is down. They want a bit more than that. Good taunt against Zeratul. Might have been the end of Sylvanas if not for that. But yep, the shots get fired. Well done with the kill against Ana. Sonya didn't even bother coming down. Rutschus just stayed in the middle and is now rotating topside in an attempt to go through all of this. But yeah, at the bottom of the map, the party continues. So they're coming in for the fight. Try to slowly whittle down the hit points on the wall, and especially Chromie is obviously quite good on all of that. But at this point, only a single kill in the game, a little bit of extra damage done by the Corridor Comrades, so they are slightly in the lead. Nothing crazy, I mean, especially on Towers of Doom. It's not like you're insanely ahead or anything here. So we got the Hand of Protection right here, and, well, the mind-numbing agent with the blinding speed in. And it's time for the pumpkin camps once more. So both teams already getting in position. Everybody's just also trying to shield. I mean, there's a time trap over here. We got the additional level 7 talents with the Seeker and the Dark now. We also got the Oppressor. So, yeah, that is a little bit of an adjustment to Garrosh's build. Last patch, obviously, as I already highlighted in the last map, made a couple of changes, and we talked a lot about Stitches, but there were plenty of other heroes that also saw changes to their skills. Garrosh being one of them. So, yep, it's right now a W talent, so it's all about the Bloodthirst here. And the spell tower reduction is a little bit reduced, but it has additional functionality, so pretty much a big change to the talent itself. Nice jump away from the Temporal Loop, by the way. Really well done here. So good stuff by the red team as they're trying to play that through. But that is pretty sweet. Yeah, the adjustment here is that Bloodthirst also reduces the spell power of a target, so it's a little bit more utility to the talent in general. But Oppressor was changed and finds itself now into this game. Now, I pointed this out earlier, but I still want to harp down on it again and mention this. The patch dropped just a few hours before this game was played. It was literally the same day. So a lot of those things that you see here, if they don't make sense at first, be reminded that the players didn't have a lot of time to test through all of it. So we'll probably see some changes in the near future. But it's still interesting to see some of the adjustments already making their way into the builds right away with Garrosh, with Stitches, and with other heroes too. Now, good dodge on the Singularity Spike. They're still trying to go for Sonya, but that was a nice escape. Alfredo was trying, but he couldn't. Instead, they're now going for Garrosh. Yeah, but with the boss activated, everybody is easily moving away from this as well. Ana, with her enormous wave clear, Kappa, is holding in the bot lane right now. Pew! Pew! Yeah, that doesn't do anything. With the Zeratul rotating over, it's also time for Granny to make a Houdini disappearance and just move away from this. Level 10 abilities are only in the hands of the Comrades, but there it is, the heroic ability for the Screaming Dawn. Leap! And that is Taunt into Leap as a potential combo, or just a good follow-up on a Sleep Dart. 7-sided strike, if you get the isolation going, is more or less guaranteeing you the kill. I mean, it depends against who, of course, but still. Still only a single kill, by the way. We've only had the single kill against Ana, thanks to the drag of Dehaka when he joined the battle. But now on level 13, also that timeout for Chromie. So, there we go. Taunt is in. Nice follow-up. I like it. Sleep Dart has it home. No leap. 7-sided. And whoa! Comes in, and there's the kill. Zeratul is dead. The nano boosted Sylvanas is starting to do some work too. They're trying to follow up on Chromie. But yeah, the attempt to switch it over to Uther also not successful here. So both of them are able to escape. It still resulted in a kill against Zeratul. That's the first one for the red team. So things are picking up for them a bit. And it also allows them to draw even on core points. By Mimikyu channeling the altar, getting the shots fired just as Zeratul is coming back. Alfredo on his way back to the battlefield. And here we go. There's the moment right there to maybe push that bot lane a bit. Especially if they get the pumpkins now. A bit too late for the blue team to make a difference, but they're coming in for the fight. They're coming in with the Haka and everything that they can muster, and immediately the taunt comes through. Warlord's challenge is also out, and the kill against Varian as he dies again goes the way of the Dodo Bird, and they're trying to get a bit more damage in, and they drop Karazim shortly after. So double kill for the Comrades. And that is a nice response to them losing Zeratul and the altar. So 3 kills to 1. Ahead in experience again and closing in on level 13 talent. That is definitely going to be helpful. Damage output for Chromia, 23,000. She takes the top cake here. Easy peasy. Yay! Shut up. Okay, so 3 kills to 1. 13 talents already. And we're still looking at the Screaming Dawn, trying to play this a little bit more defensive. They have 18,000 damage for Sylvanas. Definitely not enough to contest right now. You want to have your level 13 talent first, before you're going for anything else. But, well, let's see what they can do here. Because they seem to be willing to invade, but it's a little bit tricky. They're keeping this aggro too. They don't have the talent. They don't have level 13. The Haka could come down here, so everybody is playing this slow. And, oh, look at Varian. Raise Kadehaka my ass. It's Varian who all of a sudden goes full turbo on this one and charges around. And Mimikyu was very quickly thinking that might be a dumb idea and cancel the entire thing. But the pumpkins have now been taken. And the Screaming Dawn, they're trying to go for Garrosh. And, oh, they're putting everything on him. Sonya with the leap, everything coming after that. And they just can't get the kill. But there it is against the Haka. Sonya fell too. Kill for a kill. Divine Shield on Uther. Late Divine Shield. And, oh, they're safe. And the flip against Rutek. He needs a dash target. He gets it. And they keep everybody alive. But boy, what a setup. First Garrosh with a save on Uther, then they put Karazim in real trouble. He's able to dash out after a moment of panic. And that was a great moment for both of them here. Yeah, Garrosh popping off in that exchange. 4 kills to 2. The lead goes to the Screaming Dawn now as they are able to channel the altar through. And they might get the kill against the Chromester. They go for Uther too. One of the two might drop here. But with the Zeratul moving in and Sylvanas and Sonya both missing, a little bit less likely. But yeah, good setup now from both teams. Pretty cool individual plays that we're seeing from them. With the Might of the Nerazim on level 10, Zeratul of course is now set up to really try and get that single target damage out whenever he latches onto a target and takes it apart. So that's the game plan here. But let's see how much more they can do. Because right now we got still Zeratul controlling the mid lane. We got Sonya all the way up at the top. The Haka's coming in as well. And down here, Rutek, yep. Arian is sitting tight. And it's party time. Going for the next pumpkin camp. Applying pressure to the bottom. Drag against Sonya. Has to leap out, gets sucked back in, and is dead. That leap, unfortunately, did nothing for her. 7-sided for Karazim, was also trying to save himself, but he gets dragged to the Haka's on a roll. Seriously, Meneldor, he is trying to rival some of the Dehaka players that we just saw recently on the channel that seem to connect every single one of those. His tongue is very similar to a homing missile. He's hitting all of them. That's like the 2nd or 3rd kill that he's prepping for the team. With a good tongue here. And talking about prepping kills, that's another one. Nice. Sylvanas in trouble and Sylvanas is down. Blue team is not taking any prisoners here. 6 kills to 2. Shots are being exchanged. But there's still another altar up on the map, and it seems like the Comrades are walking away with an easy channel. Maybe can be delayed by the Screaming Dawn, but I do not think that they have an actual chance of locking this in. So yeah, there it is, taken the sentence to death in the Benediction Iron. Shots are being fired. We got 20 to 20 points now on the core. Level a lead for the blue team. Good for them. Sonya trying to do something about it top side as he pushes this out solo. 31,000 damage for Sylvanas. I mean, decent output, honestly. Chromie is sitting at 39k. It's going to be pretty difficult to overtake her. But still, as it stands, we get the level 16. That gives us also the Will of the Forsaken. So that's already a big win, of course. Will of the Forsaken, always nice in these setups. And in addition to that, we got the active reload at this point. And also the smelling salts already. So those are pretty important talents for Ana to keep the boys and girls alive here. But they're also trying to go for Alfredo. Sonya! Yeah, I was just waiting for that spear to hit home. But Zeratul immediately try to blink away here. They're keeping the Haka at the top lane. That's the beauty of having a global in this game. If you keep the Haka on your team, then you can just push out the top side, wait for the fight to really start up, and then just tunnel down to one of those bushes. And that's exactly what he does. Hiding a little bit in vision to not really allow for the opponent to know where exactly he is positioning himself. So that's already important. Pressuring the top bell tower. And that's awesome right now for the Corridor Comrades. They're really trying to make the macro game work for them. Considering that they also had an experience, you can already tell that it is working quite nicely. And to illustrate this a little bit better, let's take a look at the experience gain. Look at this, 18,000 for the Haka, 2,000 more than Sonya nearly. And in minion experience, it's pretty even, I gotta say. So Sonya has done a decent job at the top, but you can tell that in hero experience, big difference between the two teams right now. And that's likely going to continue here. So this is where this one level lead currently comes from, between the two of them. Minion experience is a bit ahead. Yeah, the big jump on Zeratul. Beautiful combos. This is exactly what we talked about earlier. Double altar on the map, one taken by each team. But this setup that we just saw a second before was just a work of art. I mean, honestly, you come in with a taunt, you come in with a sleep dart, you follow it up with Sonya and her leap, and there's just absolutely nothing that Zeratul can do. Zeratul got locked down harder in this instance than California, and with that, there's just no way of escape. So an easy kill, and they get the bottom bell tower too. Yeah, they're really capitalizing on that kill. Especially with the Haka still sitting at the top side. I mean, even if the Haka gets the top bell tower, doesn't really do a whole lot for them. Simply because the bottom lane is so much more important. So we got lead in kills for the Comrades, and still a lead in experience, but they just lost the bottom bell tower, and that's an issue. So with that, we'll see where this is headed. But there's definitely momentum now for Screaming Dawn. And keep in mind, this is currently a lead for the blue team. So we would see game number 3 if Screaming Dawn is making this a victory. They'll try for sure. Only question is, can they really pull this off? They got the top lane, it's half the battle. If they can hold on to that and also close the gap in experience, that would be important. If your opponent hits the 20 before you do, very likely they're going to try to use it to retake the bell tower and establish a certain equilibrium on the map. The Haka is still, by the way, up to his old shenanigans. He's pushing the top side out. He's also already trying to slow down Sonya whenever she comes in, if he has a chance to do that. Bit of a skirmish in the mid lane too, as Alfredo goes up against Richu. But with the next objective coming up, and the bot lane being pressured by Pumpkins, there's only so much you can do. So that might be a connect. Let me see if they're... Nah, it's too much damage. They're stopping them early. So yeah, Pumpkins are taken down. But 5 shots should be fired here. Depends a bit on the Haka, because he's trying to take the top now. He's trying to eliminate that. And he's getting close. Down at the bottom of the map, there it is. Rutek with the shots. And that is 5 fired right here. Job well done. Still a bit of an attempt to slowly but steadily poke down the bell tower at the bot lane. Sonya is now finally starting to defend the top a bit more vigorously. Mainly because they know that this one is going to be retaken. There's no doubt about it. Level 20 talents are, of course, also in, and as predicted earlier, once that you have the advantage throughout the Storm talents, you want to make sure that your opponent is not being able to hold on to that bell tower. So now we're going to see 20 versus 20 in just a moment. Damage output hasn't really changed all that much. Sylvanas and Chromie are still the two that really do the most work for the respective teams. Bit of a difference between the two of them. Chromie with a long-range poke. And they are posturing at that boss. That would drop the Comrades into the single digits. So they're changing boss for bell tower. Okay, so that's 4 shots that they can now fire. And they lose the bell tower at the bottom of the map. They give up a little bit of map control, but they take the lead. And it's a significant one. With only 7 points left, we'll see how they can play this out. In an ideal world, you want to put Sylvanas into a good position to retake the bot lane. And then this is a big win. Oh, okay. They knew where Alfredo was. The Shimmer was there. And if that dart hits, whew, and he's in trouble. He's going to be locked down completely once again. Single altar on the map, but this is getting dangerous because Meneldo is pushing the top lane out now. And he's going to get that bell tower. He's going to get it for sure. Oh, that could be a problem. But nope, Erwin gets out. They're still trying to go for the bell tower. Altar in 16. And that is 6 bell towers to 2. Dehaka has just taken top lane. There's a single bell tower that the Screaming Dawn still controls. They need a teamfight victory. Now, they got the Epiphany on level 20. We also got the Glory to the Alliance. Also something that you hear Andean whinging about all the time. Shots are fired and damn son, that's a lot. 7 to 10 at this point. Big hits here. Sylvanas gets out. Yeah, Taunt is in, but I gotta say, the map control is definitely in the hands of the Corridor Comrades all of a sudden. So they might still be behind with 3 points on the core, but whew, they got map control. They had a lot of it. Now, they're retaking the top, so good for them. They've abandoned the idea of retaking the bot lane immediately, but at least they were able to take the bell tower back to 50% HP. Top lane has been taken, so that's good for them. And down to the bottom of the map, that's where we are going to see the defense set up for the blue team. They want the 2-0. They are so close of making it reality. 2 altars at the end of the day enough if you can hold on to 5 bell towers. If you can do that, that would be, of course, the ideal scenario for them here. But we're not seeing that happen just yet. Instead, 40,000 damage nearly for Sylvanas. Dehaka is up to his usual place, pushing the mid lane a little bit. Is also very likely going to transition to the top lane eventually to try and make the play there. More pumpkins up on the map too. And still, the blue team is trying to hold on to this. The blue team is continuously sitting at the bottom of the map, using pumpkins to push through, to try and threaten the core a little bit more. You can see that Zeratul is already doing the exact same thing. And in the meantime, Dehaka is roaming from one lane to another, just attempting to put more pressure onto these bell towers to put in the final blow. Double altars popping up on the map now as well. And the red team is giving up on this one. The red team is actually going to eat the shots. The pumpkins are going to come in. So this is going to be tied. To be fair, there it is. Sonya is still sitting here. Okay, so not everybody is roaming top. Alright, Sonya is still trying to make that play. Garrosh could try and throw somebody in. They're still playing it out at the top in the meantime. Yep. 5 shots fired as the blue team channels through. Red team is going to do the same thing. And down here, it's all fine. So yeah, easy exchange on the bell towers. 4 points to 5. Yeah, this is getting close. I mean, we're going down to the wire here, baby. We are going down to the final points. And we are actually in a territory where the blue team with a single boss respawns in 1.5 minutes could also claim victory. Yeah, the red team, sorry. So yeah, they're getting close to this. Oh, Garrosh, careful, baby. Nice setup. Sonya was tempted, you could see. Ruchu was thinking about leaping in on this. But now they have it. We got the bell tower. Sonya, are we going to see the jump? Here it is. Comes in, but they can't follow up on it immediately. Sylvanas nano boosted with the damage. The fight is there. The bell tower not active yet. Everybody's sitting down at the bottom of the map, and the blue team is slowly retreating. They still got the divine shields. If the shit hits the fan, Uther would be ready. 7-sided strike is also up. And ooh, baby, this is getting closer and closer. Next objective is a double altar. And now that both of the teams have 4 bell towers again that they control, that means the red team can get a single channel and end. The blue team, on the other hand, can't channel, or they won't be able to end with the channel. So that makes this a very awkward position for the blue team, because all of a sudden they are in a spot where they have to defend both bell towers. They can't, both altars. They can't allow a single one of them to be taken. And all that Screaming Dawn has to do is shield one long enough so that they can get the channel through. So we'll see if maybe the blue team can channel one quickly and then focus the fight on the remaining one, or how this is going to play out. But the game could very well end here. Well, it is going to end here, one way or another. Okay, so Alfredo, the taunt! Zeratul, he gets away. Bot lane gets channeled, by the way. 4 shots are fired, they're going to be down to 1 point. 1 point on the core. 4 points to 1. Whoever channels this wins the game. This is for all the marbles right here. Isolation and the Haka is out. They're putting pressure onto Sylvanas. Blue team, they want the victory. Stasis already in. Zeratul, and he dies to the 7-sided strike. Everybody on the red team is low as well. But the blue team, the sleep dot. Ana with a place. Everybody's low. And Uther, he's dead. Uther is dead. He'll be back with redemption, but Garrosh won't. This should be game. The interrupt attempts, they go for Chromie, and there it is. The victory, everybody, for Screaming Dawn as they tie the series. And we are headed to game number 3 in this best of 3 match at Division 1+. Game number 3. The series goes the full distance here, Division 1+, everybody. On the left side, yeah, they were sneaky on us again. They once again switched sides. We got the Screaming Dawn, the Polish team, with Mimikyu on Stitches. Yeah, always good for Hook over here. Richu and Sonya, Rutek on Uther. We got Cesabos on Brightwing and Arian on Cassia. Also, the Stitches stun accompanied by a the Stitches hook with an Uther stun and a Brightwing polymorph, so good on him. On the right side of the map, the Comrades with Erwin on Diablo. We got Meneldo on Blaze, Nano on Vala, Vexu on Stukov, who by the way is now banned. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And with banned, I mean disabled in the game. And we got Alfredo on Maiev. Yeah, so Stukov had a couple of bugs coming in. Now keep in mind, please, that this game was played pretty much immediately after the patch hit. So up to that point, people didn't really know. They looked at the patch notes, maybe played a couple of rounds in a custom game, or looked at the test environment, but that's about it. Ooh, big fight already in the middle, and that could be the first kill of the game as they're trying to go for Richu. And Sonya spins to win away once again. But coming back to the point, so after that, it turned out that there are quite a few bugs with Stukov, and Blizzard actually decided to disable the character completely instead of putting an immediate hotfix in. And honestly, they have received quite a bit of criticism for this, and I am usually the first one in line to shit on Blizzard when they make dumb choices, because I think they make plenty of those. But I really think that disabling Stukov is a good thing. Now, would I have liked it a little bit more if these bugs wouldn't have happened in the first place? If maybe they would have shown it on the test server first? Yes, of course. But if it happens that there is a bug that is pretty impactful, or multiple bugs with the character, I have zero problems with them disabling him for a weekend and then delivering the hotfix next week. That sounds like a really good solution. I think they did everything that they needed to do there. Again, ideally you don't have that situation occur in the first place, but when it does, I really like that approach to it. So with all of this, this is by the way the explanation why Stukov is being played here, because I'm sure that a couple of people will look at this and like, wait a second, how are they able to do this? So with that said and done, we got on level 1 the patchwork creation again for Stitches, extended hook still on the baseline obviously. One of the talents that, as I mentioned in the first game, got nerfed a little bit for him is the Hungry for More, which I was very sad about, because there was little mini games, are kind of fun. Talking about Stitches, our boy's in trouble, but Brightwing is coming in, and that might just be what yeah, Brightwing instead. That's a good trade. If you can kill the Fruit Fly instead of Stitches, go for it. The double flames immediately hit. Nicely done. Easy kill against the Fruit Fly. Good stuff. Now, on the way towards the top, we got Meneldo and Richu still exchanging some blows. Actually, I'm kind of lying. It's Sonya that's exchanging blows, and Meneldo is simply on the receiving end, playing the punching bag for it. Whoever wins this map is obviously also the victor of the series, and Division 1+ is pretty competitive, so we'll see who locks in the W here. On level 4 we got Brightwing with the Dream Shot now, the Tenderizer. As mentioned before, it was nerfed a little bit, but still a fantastic talent for the hero. At the same time, we're looking over to Vala, going for the multi-shot build, and she hasn't really seen as much play as a lot of people expected when the rework kicked in, but on Infernal Shrines she's of course still absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. A little bit of Vala value on the shrine, trying to get the extra stacks for the team towards the objective and also dish out the damage. And stack at the same time. So we'll see what they can do with that. Yeah, for now a little bit more damage right here. Lead in minion stacks for the Comrades. Good waltz on against Sonya, but Evan gets stunned as well on his Diablo. The blue team is a bit in trouble, and MIF in particular is trying to rip them a new one here. Stitches on the move back. Good polymorph on Alfredo. And yep, that could have been a bit of a disaster for the Screaming Dawn. Now Stitches is rotating back into the middle to tap the fountain, but it seems like this one is gone. Yeah, this is going to be the first objective for the Comrades. So great start for the red team here in game number 2. They didn't take their Shaman camp, by the way, so they suffer the consequences up at the top. A bit more structural damage than previously, and Alfredo has now taken off to the task to move in and try to take this one down. A little bit of counter damage by Richu down at the bottom of the map. Probably the best that they can get away with here. And nice! Tries to get away. Good spear attempt, but that kind of backfired a little bit. And he still gets bullied by Diablo just so slightly. The fight in the middle of the map, on the other hand, centers around the Punisher itself. The wall should fall. And they are getting a fair amount of damage on the keep too. They won't be able to take it down, but that's 50% gone. That's not too bad. With the level 7... Oh, the hook! With the level 7 talents, we now also have the Serrated Edge again. Another nerfed talent on Stitches. Slightly nerfed. Playing the numbers game here. And we have Vala stacking fiercely with 80 extra damage now on her multi-shot. Good hook. Where's the stun? There we go. And that's MIF dead. Nice. First kill for the blue team. So responding in kind after they lose the first objective. Well done. With that, another play. Good stun from Khaldor with the jet propulsion for Blaze. And trying to go for Dibbles, but yeah, he can still fall back. Blue team is obviously very interested after they just got the kill against MIF to steal the camp away and potentially take the fountain down. It's all a question of providing vision at this point. But yep, they're letting that slide. So now the wall is going to be attacked. Stealing the camp away in and of itself is already a big win, of course. But then getting some extra damage in on those structures, even better. I mean, they're nearly taking down the tower down here, so good for them. New habits completed at 5 minutes, so now the Indestructible is going to be active, or a possibility for Blaze. A little more survivability for him. And look at that, the red team, they're responding. They're actually coming in saying, hey, if you stole our camp, we're going to get yours. What was that? MIF pulls him in. Did you guys see that? Oh my god, the A synergy. Camp stolen away, I like that. Good job by Cesabos. I mean, what's happening here? Everybody's just stealing stuff. But look at this. MIF pulls the target in. Look, check MIF and Diablo out. MIF pulls the target in, and then Diablo pushes her back out. Obviously, the two of them just mistiming that just slightly, but can you imagine just one of them using his ability there? That could theoretically have been a kill. So yeah, nice coincidence for them. A little bit more pressure at the top lane because of the stolen camp. At the same time, the level 10 abilities kicked in for the two of them. Emerald Wind. Yeah, well, usually I'm a big fan of the Blink heal, but if you're playing with the double support, then you can definitely afford to go for Emerald Wind here. And they got the double support setup. It's a very beefy lineup, just in general. I mean, we're talking Stitches, Sonya, plus 2 supports right behind them. One of them, Uther, who has seen a lot of play as main tank too. So there's that. We got the Gorge, and talking about Gorge is in action already, but MIF is putting a stop to that with a good tether. Emerald Wind after the Gorge, good isolation, and that leads to a dead Stukov. Nicely done. And trying to get a little bit more here as they're moving back down. Alfredo goes also the way of the Dodo Bird, and that's now 2 kills for the blue team. They're going for number 3, and is Stitches able to hit that hook? Might be out of range just now. Oh, the spear, the hook, the combo. Diablo is down. The blue team with some really sweet moves now that the objective spawns. The timing couldn't be better. The objective spawns, they get 3 hero kills. So now, yes, MIF is back, but the big lead on minion stacks towards the objective, and therefore the Punisher, is inevitable. Yeah, 36 stacks for Cassia, 37 for Vala. We currently got 18,000 damage for Red Riding Hood and 17,000 for Cassia. But there's just no doubt that the blue team is going to walk away with the objective. Brightwing is in the meantime trying to stop the top lane. Not really going to work out all that way, but the good news is, of course, that once she's done with all of this and soaked up the experience, she can jump back down and help the rest of the team. So she can do that. And that's something that we should see in just a couple of seconds. So, party time. Gate is already open up. He has the jump, proc, but Alfredo moves out and escapes. The 13 talent worries me a little bit though, because it is about to kick in for the Screaming Dawn. And let's not forget that Stitch's baseline is going to get activated once then he hits level 13. And that makes this entire situation so much more dangerous for the Comrades. The fort is already gone. Brightwing and Blaze are still at the top. 13 is in, and the hook gets dodged. But you can tell that Mimikyu was waiting for it. He was waiting for the 13 and was saying, okay guys, maybe I can land the hook here. Just stay close and we'll see what we can get out of it. And now these hooks are going to keep flying. We got the meat hook on level 13. We have them with another camp stolen away right here. And this time they are going for the fountain. They're providing the vision. 2 of the Khazras engaged, but it's not really working out the way that they were hoping for. So they can't take this thing down. Blaze, on the other hand, with the help of Diablo, was able to get the kill up at the top. And, of course, for now, the blue team, down to 4 players on the map, could still... I don't really think that anybody is invading the camp over on the top left side. I don't really think that the red team is going to get that aggressive about it. But they can definitely now take the Khazra camp here. Always play around advantages. Every single time you get a kill, look to see what you can get on the map. Can you take a camp? Can you steal something away? And when we're talking about taking camps, we're talking about camps on the opponent's side of the map. Always see what you can do to capitalize on those kills. It's actually something, when we're talking about Division 1 Plus, that Inding Farubi, for example, had a lot of problems with during the Masters Clash. Sometimes they won big team fights, got 2-3 kills, but they couldn't really capitalize on it. They weren't really able to get anything out of it. Neither structures taken down, as you can see here in the middle, nor any camps stolen away. And that was one of the problems that they had. When you are ahead, when you have an advantage, try to really run that and bring the momentum in. Down to the bottom of the map, another camp is now being taken, so the Comrades are trying to bring this back as well. And with all of this, here's the move. Already Diablo in trouble, Erwin, and he's down. Dibbles is down, and this could be another kill. Yes, Stukov is dead too. Both of them eliminated. Blaze wasn't even here, so that was an unfair fight to begin with. He's trying to get some top value, but they are pushing the bot lane right now. The hope and dream would be to get another hit in. If they can open the side wall, they might get the hook angle for Stitches, but either way, that wall should fall. Blaze is pushing back out at the top side and is trying to at least get the fort here, but Brightwing is on the way to soak the experience at least, and Stitches will try to land that hook. And if he connects that, then... whew, there it is! Oh, nice jump, but Vala nearly got hit by it too. So we are close to level 16 now, as the Screaming Dawn is trying to take the series. He's trying to win that one. Same time now. Wall has fallen once again. That's so far... oh, Blaze with jet propulsion. They're trying to follow up on it. Lurking Arm was there, but he couldn't really get much more out of it. Next objective is up in 20 seconds, and it's really starting to become a problem for the Corridor Comrades that they fell behind in experience by this much. Because it's half a level until 16, and that's kind of annoying. So now you're looking at a spot where you're always trying to catch up in experience so that you get the extra talent. But that means that they're trading once again at the bottom of the map. The fort gets attacked and the top side gets dropped too. And of course, on the one hand, the Corridor Comrades will very likely get level 16 and delay that fight at the top a little bit. On the other, they are now losing this fort, which is on the exact lane where the shrine is currently spawning. So this is not really a great look for them. The extra damage on the wall doesn't do them any favors either, and Sonya is already on the shrine doing her job. But there's the level 16 talent finally, and that's the moment that they've been waiting for. The rotation is coming in, Stitches is a little bit late maybe, gets slowed down heavily the entire time. They're trying to go for him, and he's able to get away, or is he? Oh, the leap! Big boy leap into the back line. Sonya gets ping-ponged around now. The helping hand is there, but Sonya is dead. Died for a good cause, died for Stitches. The blue team, they overstayed, and now they are paying the price. They went too hard for the top wall after they eliminated the fort, and now they are paying the price here. They're losing 2 of their heroes, and yeah, that's a bit of a problem. 2 down already, and that's maybe the point back for the Comrades. The Comrades might have a chance to bring this back now. It's actually a pretty good situation. They closed the gap in experience, and they now have an opportunity. I mean, again, this one is going to fall, right? So they have an opportunity to take the top lane apart. And we're not only talking about the fort, there's a good chance that they can do some severe damage to the keep too. And that's what we're more or less waiting for right now. that approach and that attempt to take this on. Arcane Punishers now coming through. That, of course, makes matters even worse a little bit. I can do some significant structural damage. 58 stacks for Vala, 54 for Cassia. So the two of them very close throughout the entire game when it comes to stacking. We now got the 31,000 for Cassia. Vala is overshadowing her a bit. 39k for her. But here's the push for the first keep of the game. And guys, technically, the Comrades are ahead now. They've taken 3 of the forts, so they are ahead at this point. It was one fight, one mistake by the Screaming Dawn. That was all that it took for the comeback to kick in here. And the red team is really ramping it up at the top. Breaking through the wall, trying to create a little bit more space, and they're aiming for the keep. And it seems like they are getting this one, aren't they? More Arcane Sentries are in. That's plenty of damage already. And the team commits. They're taking the keep down. And they're getting the kill against Uta. Oh my god. Are they going to get the rest here too? That game might end right here. If they get follow-up kills, that could be a disaster. They're trying for Cassia, but everybody got out. This could have been the end. I mean, this could have been the end of the game right here. Oh, still could be. Maybe not. Stitches with the Gorge. And he gets dropped. A bit more than he could chew. So, 6 kills to 6. And now that they're pressuring through the mid lane, it's quite clear that the Comrades are trying to get the second keep. Talking about keeps, this one down here is also in trouble. And I think we're going to see a keep exchange, at least on that end. That one should fall too. And the one in the middle gets destroyed indeed. So yeah, here we go. Bottom keep, very likely to fall. The 2 catapults are going to take care of that already. Can they maybe save that? You know what? They actually can save this one. Yeah, not bad. We're 14 minutes in, 2 minutes later, and the catapults would have scaled enough so that they could have taken this one down. But that, of course, makes the situation even better for the Screaming Dawn. I mean, damn. Sorry, the Comrades. Worse for the Screaming Dawn. These guys are in serious trouble. And they were heavily ahead in the game, so that flipped quickly on them. Within the course of, I want to say, 2 minutes, this entire game got turned on its head. Now it's a level 20 that we are looking at for the red team. The Comrades on level 13, by the way, also. Brilliant reaction here, talking about some of the changes. Again, Stukov disabled right now, but still. Just wanting to check that out. That a couple of changes have, of course, come in for him. You know, also got the Farfly Quiver in. 45 Bunker, and we got the Hellstorm for Diablo, and they are already aiming for the final keep of the game. And if you take every single keep out, I still think that it would make sense to introduce something like Dota 2 has, where you have super minions and stuff like that. At least some kind of advantage, in addition to the lanes being pushed by the catapults. But if you get all 3 keeps, that is. But as it stands, the catapult pressure alone that is mounting up through the mid and the top lane is already pretty big. Now, talking about the top lane, Minaldor with Blaze is going to take care of the waves here and also about the camp. But the objective will be fought over with level 20 versus level 20. We got Stitches in with a Master Hooker. And yep. I mean, the thing about Master Hooker is that the Unkillable is actually kind of cool. So we've seen that in action the first time that Stitches was played after his rework came through. And it's kind of cool if you have someone that really lands this properly on a target. But we also have, with the Emerald Wind, more isolation tools that can be used now. The level 20, of course, makes the isolation even stronger. And if you land the hook, if you land the Gorge, and then Brightwing can follow up, then you are in a really good spot to get that hit. But, yep, there we go. Lanes have been pressured out. This, of course, is going to become a big problem at the top. They got to finish the fight before that hits the core. Once that there's wave and the catapults, and also, of course, the Shaman Camp, hit the core, it's going to be a disaster. So you are very much so in a timer if you're playing for the blue team at this point. And that is a problem. But the hook is there. There's the Gorge. Where's Brightwing? Needs to come in and pushes everybody out as far as possible. And there's the kill. Even the leap. The leap came too late. But they were just trying to secure the kill. Better safe than sorry. And now they have the opportunity to go for the Shrine. Perfect play here by the Screaming Dawn. That hook was so important for them. And they locked it in. Now someone will soon have to go back to deal with this. 3 catapults are just a bit too much. And Brightwing is already on the way. She, of course, can always come back into the main fight with the global if need be. But at this point, the red team, what are they doing? Are you backdooring? No way. Without Stukov, without a support, they're trying to kill Brightwing.
Alright, I was just about to say, there is no way that they're going for the core here. Not without a support. They are hoping to catch Cesarbos, who so far is not being fooled. But he sees at least Blaze. They know roughly what's up. They're trying to make sure that the bot lane does not push out. So they're threatening core. All they don't really want to go for core. All they want to do is like force the blue team to hearth back so that the bot lane is not able to end. The bot lane keep is going to fall anyways, as you can see. The Punisher alone is going to take that down. But everything else that they're trying to do here is just simply make sure that the 5-man cannot go for it. But there's the leap, and there's the kill. That play backfired already. Staggered death on Sonya. And Diablo, oh my god, buddy, you're in trouble too. Yeah, there's the bulwark that kicks in. Diablo is down at the core. We already got the Punisher doing a bit of work towards the shield. The keep has, of course, been obliterated. And with Vala still down and Diablo having no stacks anymore on the baseline, this could be the core attempt that we've been talking about. Going for the helping hand here as well. And, well, let's go. I gotta say that the idea from the Corridor Comrades was definitely not bad, but the execution was just a bit too off. Now we got 60% on the core, and they're trying for the fight. Here comes the blue team, and they're getting murdered by my F. Alfredo gets hooked, and he gets away. Richu is trying for the core. Blaze is down. They're not quite sure how to approach this, but with the double support, they definitely got the sustain here, don't they? They're trying to get Stukov too. A little bit more damage from Cassia, who dives in between the tower and the fort. Bad idea. Richu has to jump out as well with his leap, so he already tried to retreat. 53% on the core now, and this is just not working the way that the Screaming Dawn intended it to. Yeah, they're a little bit in trouble here. They're trying their best at this point. Core is nearly down, but they can't make it in for the final blow. So instead, they're going for the next camp. Trying to make the play here. Try to take this one. 10 kills to 6 now. 93 stacks for Cassia. She's sitting at 65,000 damage. Much higher damage than we have from Vala and from IF. Both of them are looking at roughly 54,000. Are they going to get the hook here? Are they going to go for it? Yeah, well, they got the vision now. Stitches could try. And my F every time. That global, by the way, is paying off big time now. That global pays off big time at this point. Having Brightwing in your arsenal, or any global that can just control the side lanes a little bit while you're already attempting to engage into a battle like this one is perfect. Brightwing can jump in. Emerald Wind is up next, I suppose. Yeah. The leap. The leap for the win. The Divine Shield is out right away. The lanes are still pushing against the blue team's core, so they gotta be careful. But with the kill against Diablo, they would make this a 5 versus 3. But he's able to get out. He's able to get away. And the catapults are soon gonna arrive at the core. So this is not a done deal yet. Oh, the kill against Uther. That final hit from Vala, just a little bit too much. It is a nice back and forth that we have here right now. Woo! I mean, seriously. They're going for it big time. And how is the red team reacting to all of this now? They still have a fort, by the way, which is kind of ridiculous. A fort in the middle of the map is still in play. And now at the bottom, they need to deal with the catapult. We're 21 minutes into this game, guys. 21 minutes. If you get catapults on your core, especially if you're the red team, that's already down to 53%. You are fucked. So now we're going for the top shrine, I suppose. There's always a bit of backdoor potential, so you gotta monitor where your opponent is. Cassia is stacking like a maniac. She's sitting at 108 stacks already, and that is just nasty. That's some nasty damage that comes out from her. How much does she have in total? She's at 78,000. 18,000 more than Vala. I mean, longer games obviously benefit Vala too. She's gonna get more stacks as well and increase the damage on her multi-shot, so that's good for her. But the lead on the objective, maybe for the blue team, they're a little bit hesitant here, as you can see. Let's see. Yeah, Vala is sitting at 77 stacks herself. So we're closing slowly but steadily on, on the 400 extra damage. The hook! This time they're able to move away from it. Nicely done. And off we go. The leap into the back line. Stukov immediately in trouble. Richo sitting tight. Gets bullied around slightly, but they're isolating the target again. And this time, it is Maiev. She jumps out and gets still slapped by Sonya. The Divine Shield keeps Sonya alive. And this is 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. Boys, this gotta be game. Blaze and Diablo are both dead. Now they're making a play for Nano. He's dead too. The only survivor is Stukov, the Admiral. And at the bottom of the map, the catapults are pushing towards the core, and so does the blue team. A little bit of a support battle. Well, we don't have the 30 minutes to watch that play out, but as you can tell, they're already making the play for the core. This is game with a Screaming Dawn. They are able to take the series, a 2-1 victory for the blue team as they lock in the W here on Infernal Shrines and secure a win against the Corridor Comrades in Division 1+ of Heroes Lounge. Nicely done, well played, and correct. Congratulations to the blue team.